Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
2 Catholic priests have been kidnapped in Nigeria, Africa. On February 22, 2025, the Catholic Diocese of Yola released the following concerning their 2 priests who were kidnapped. Notice of the abduction of 2 Catholic priests in the Yola Diocese, Nigeria. In light of the recent events, it is with a heavy heart and deep concern that I must bring to your attention the distressing news of the unprovoked kidnapping of Father Matthew David Dutsamy of the Catholic Diocese of Yola and Father Abraham Salmon of the Catholic Diocese of Jalingo in the early hours of today, February 22, 2025. The Catholic Diocese of Yola fervently requests prayers for their safe return. This unfortunate incident took place at the priest's rectory in Guadamalam, located in Demsa local government area of Adamo Estate, Nigeria. According to reports from neighbors, armed kidnappers arrived at the parish rectory during the early hours of Saturday, armed with offensive weapons, and proceeded to abduct the clerics. During this challenging and distressing time, we humbly seek your prayers for the safety and swift release of these 2 dedicated priests from their captors. We place our hope and trust in the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of Priests, to guide them back to safety. Please join us in solidarity through prayers and support as we unite in our efforts for the safe return of Father Matthew David Dutsamy and Father Abraham Salmon. Yours faithfully, Bishop Stephen Dami Mamza, Catholic Bishop of Yola Diocese, Nigeria.
Please subscribe to our channel.
Agenzia Fides reported that Catholic Bishop Sebastian Joseph narrowly escaped death after armed robbers entered diocese headquarters in Congo, Africa. The Bishop of Uvira was robbed on February 20th, according to a statement issued by the Diocese of the city in South Kivu, currently being conquered by the M23. Together with Bishop Sebastian Joseph Mingo Milam of Uvira, we, Fathers Ricardo Mukininwa and Bernard Calalero, narrowly escaped death this morning at 8:30 a.m. at the Episcopal residence in Uvira, reads the statement signed by Father Ricardo. 3 armed forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo soldiers in uniform entered the diocese headquarters and first threatened the security guard, Mr. Mwamba, and the cook, Mr. Jean. I went out to ask the soldiers about the situation, but they pointed their guns at all of us and threw us to the ground along with the bishop. They robbed us, taking money, phones, and other belongings. They then locked us in our rooms and threatened to kill us at the slightest gesture so that they could search the whole house, the statement said. Thank God they left and we are still alive. The missionary sisters of Jesus Emmanuel came to our house without knowing what happened, and this is the only way we can communicate the incident. We are currently unreachable on our mobile phones. The statement addressed to the faithful concluded. It is thought that the robbery of the Bishop of Uvira in the east carried out by soldiers of the regular army from these provinces. This is not an isolated case. There are reports of looting by soldiers in Uvira, where the M23 is now at the gates, as well as in towns previously captured by the pro-Rwandan guerrilla group.
Please subscribe to our channel.
The Vatican released a Holy See Press Office statement on Friday, February 28th, in the evening, which noted that Pope Francis' respiratory condition worsened following an isolated bronchospasm. The pontiff was promptly aspirated and started non-invasive mechanical ventilation, showing a good response. Always alert and oriented, he cooperated with therapeutic maneuvers. The Holy Father, in the early afternoon Friday, after a morning spent alternating between respiratory physiotherapy and prayer in the chapel, experienced an isolated episode of bronchospasm. However, this led to an episode of vomiting with aspiration and a sudden worsening of his respiratory condition. The Holy Father was promptly subjected to bronchial aspiration and initiated on non-invasive mechanical ventilation, which resulted in a good response in terms of gas exchange. He has remained alert and oriented at all times, cooperating with therapeutic maneuvers. The prognosis, therefore, remains reserved. In the morning, he received the Eucharist. This statement, provided by the Holy See Press Office on Friday evening, came as the Pope continues to be treated for bilateral pneumonia in Rome's Gemelli Hospital. He was admitted on Friday, February 14th, following an infection of the respiratory tract.
Please subscribe to our channel.
Pope Francis has convened a consistory regarding his decrees bringing 7 people closer to sainthood. In an audience granted while in hospital, to Cardinal Secretary of State Pietro Parolin and Archbishop Edgar Pena Parra, substitute for General Affairs, Pope Francis authorized the dicastery for the causes of saints to promulgate various decrees concerning those on the path to sainthood. The Pope has decided to convene a consistory of cardinals concerning the upcoming canonizations at a date to be determined. On February 24th, the Holy Father Francis authorized the dicastery for the causes of saints to promulgate the decrees regarding the offering of life of the servant of God Emile Joseph Capon, diocesan priest, who was born in 1916 in Kansas, United States of America, and died in 1951 in the Pyeongtaek prison camp, North Korea. The offering of life of the servant of God Salvo de Quisto, lay faithful, born in Naples in October 1920 and died in Palladoro, Italy, in 1943. The heroic virtues of the servant of God Miguel Mora I Montaner, diocesan priest and founder of the Congregation de las Hermanas Celadoras del Culto Eucaristico, born in Palma de Majorca, Spain, in 1843 and died there in 1915. The heroic virtues of the servant of God Didaco Bessi, diocesan priest, founder of the Congregation of the Dominican Sisters of Saint Mary of the Rosary, born in 1856 in Iolo, Italy, and died there in 1919. The heroic virtues of the servant of God Cunegunda Sawek, lay faithful, born in 1876 in Strysowa, Sybkoka, Poland, and died there in 1955. Furthermore, the Supreme Pontiff approved the votes in favor of the ordinary session of the cardinals and bishops, members of the dicastery, for the canonization of Blessed José Gregorio Hernández Cisneros, lay faithful, born in Isnitu, Venezuela, in 1864 and died in Caracas, Venezuela, in 1919, and of Blessed Bartolo Longo, lay faithful, born in Lasciano, Italy, in 1841 and died in Pompeii, Italy, in 1926.
Watch our program every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to Catholic News World's channel. God bless.